Film&Everything Podcast.
Another, I guess, like rumor that's going around right now is, I don't know if you heard about this, the Zack Snyder, the Snyder Cut for Justice League. Supposedly that he did like a private screening of his version of Justice League. That it took place this year, like early in this year, with Warner Brothers executives and all that.
So they're thinking about doing it.
So they're saying, not that it's gonna come out in theaters. They're saying that's unlikely. I'm looking at our article here
like
on it.
HBO Max or something.
Yeah, so that's like the rumor. I'm looking at the article that we had up, which shout out to Fernie, he's doing great with the articles. Yeah, he did a private screening with supposedly executives in attendance, and that he keeps saying it's done. Like, yes, there's some CG stuff that's not complete, but there's a lot of CG done. Like, the movie is complete, that he's tired of people saying that it's not, you know? There's not going to be a theatrical release. That's unlikely, which I get that.
That's a waste
but
of money.
It's, I mean, Snyder, because everybody's been saying that it doesn't even exist, but he's saying it is that, he completed some CG work on his version of the film. It's not 100% finished. This is his quote here. Film is not 100% finished. I still some stuff I want to do, as with every film I've made. Not sure what difference it makes. So the finished level of the film. So yeah, he's pretty much saying it's done. For him, it'll never be done, because like that's just how filmmakers are. They never feel like the movie's done. But he's saying that he's tired of people saying that it's not real. But yeah, supposedly, maybe, and I do think that's a smart move for HBO Max. Just release the Snyder Cut on there. That'll boost subscriptions. I would want to see it. You know what I mean? I understand maybe not in theaters, because that's a lot more investment into a movie that flopped in theaters already, even though it's a whole different version. But I'm with Snyder here, man. You know, I would like to see his version. You know, from what we've heard, the cinematographer of the movie cried when he saw the final cut, because how different it was from his version, and he felt so bad for him. And you know, because when Zack Snyder stepped down, his daughter had passed away and all this stuff. So, and then we got a whole different cut of the, you know, of the movie, and it was really bad.
It was awful.
Like, it was really bad. I mean, most of the movie is just completely redone. I think even Ben Affleck was he was like out of shape. He wasn't even the same level of physique anymore. And the thing is, I do think I can see why it would be tough for them, because if it's good, the fans are going to be like, wow, you see, and they're probably going to be like, shit, we should have done Zack Snyder's version. We should have done his cut. Even though it's the past already. Like, that slate is clean. Like, they came out, Wonder Woman, Joker, they're in a good position right now. Birds of Prey didn't do well. But they still have a good list of films coming out, and it would be really cool just as a thing for the fans. Just give it to the fans. HBO Max.
They're not going to release it, though.
If they were to release this, if they announce on HBO Max only, we are releasing the Snyder Cut, you know what I mean? Oh, people would, I would pay for HBO Max for like a month just to see it, or whatever it takes.
They won't release it because if it does well, there's gonna be some people. They should have released that version. They should have kept Snyder. They should have done this. Should have done that. Then Warner Bros. It's gonna go back to that past.
That's the thing. It's gonna bring up that conversation.
Yeah.
But at this point,
and they want to forget about that. They want to move on to the next thing.
If they were to do it, I would just be like, listen, we're releasing this for you guys, for the fans, this Snyder Cut version, but this is done. Like, either way, it doesn't matter. There's no more Ben Affleck. You know what I mean? So that there's no way to go back anyway. I think just like here's just a little extra thing for the fans, because you know what, the fans, man, they've been going at it for years already. Yeah. For years, they were doing signing, what is it, those petitions, and they saved up money. Like, all the fans combined their money and did like billboards when the Oscars was out. They were like going to town, you know, starting trends on Twitter. So it would be a good move, I think, from Warner Brothers if they were just like, hey, like, we understand that the fans have been wanting to see this version of this film.
I don't know.
Here it is. Go watch it on HBO Max. But that's it. Like, this is what.
No, I want to see it, but it's just.
But they have to make it clear. Like, this is the past, guys. Like, we're gonna release this for you guys, and it would be, like, they would make the fans happy, and the fans would really be. I would appreciate Warner Bros. If they did that. It would bring the fans back to them a little bit.
Yeah, but again, those higher ups don't think that way. They're thinking, okay, what's the like damage control kind of thing? Like if we release this, people like it more. Then it's gonna bring up that conversation again, and they don't want that.
At the end of the day, the executives care about numbers and money. You know what I mean? This would bring them money. That's what I would like. It's as simple as that. Let the creatives. How would it bring them money? Huh?
Oh, for what?
Their
for the
boosts, their boosts in views and subscriptions or whatever the case may be, and if they decide to do it on HBO Max, or if they wanted to just release it video on demand. If they wanted to, I think they would be better off doing HBO Max because then you have people going towards their subscription service and streaming service. But they can even, if they just wanted to release a video on demand, because that's hot right now. The Scooby I think they would make money. There's a lot of fans that want to see this. Even if people who hate the Snyder Cut they're gonna want to watch it anyway. Like everybody's gonna want to watch that because it was the original version of what was supposed to be, and I don't see how it would hurt them. The only thing would be that, yes, the conversation would come back of Justice League. But at the end of the day, what DC needs to do, which they haven't done regardless, is come out and say, this is our slate of movies coming out. This is our plan. Here you go.
They don't even know.
So, and I wouldn't have a problem with them releasing it and being like, hey, you know what, guys? We're releasing this for you guys, like the fans. We appreciate how, supportive you are of this version of the film and how passionate you've been. Here you go. They would be in the fans would worship them if they did that.
Yeah.
I would respect that because it's just like here
you have to wait and see.
Because
let's see. Hopefully one day they'll release it.
I'm hoping this report is true.
Hopefully.
Because just give that little nudge to the fans. Release it on HBO Max. It'll boost your streaming service.
Yeah.
You'll bring the fans even closer to you, and the fans will respect you more. They'll appreciate it, and now you have the fans on your side. Now it's like, you know what, like, hey, like they're with us instead of this whole back and forth of the fans against Warner Brothers. And now you have the fans with you.
I don't know.
You released it, and it's just a little, just to release it as this fun, side original version of the film. Even though, because it is controversial in the sense of Warner Brothers did decide to not go with that version. We don't even know. What if the version's bad? Like, we watch it and it sucks anyway. Okay, but we saw it. You know what I mean? Just out of respect for Zack Snyder, honestly, because that's a lot of work. And at the end of the day, it's not easy to, and from what was supposed to be 3 Man of Steel films, it ended up becoming Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Justice League. That's what it ended up becoming. And I would have liked, I think it was a terrible idea. I don't know whose idea it was. I'm sure it was Warner Brothers, and then Zack Snyder was like, let's do it, or vice versa. I don't know. I like Zack Snyder. At the end of the day, I would have liked to at least see Zack Snyder just complete that little thing, that little story arc he had going there. Even though it was, because Justice League was awful. It's not, we haven't seen his version, but Batman v Superman, I didn't like it, But I would have at least
no. Batman v Superman was a bore fest.
It was too. It was long. It was too. Like, I don't know.
Boring.
I don't know what was, and it was too much in one movie. And I don't know if it's Zack Snyder's fault or the studio's fault of trying to rush that in a movie.
I was making fun of Superman, like he was such a whiny little bitch.
Because you can't go from Man of Steel to Batman v Superman, and then you're already tying in all the Justice League
Then you kill him in Batman v Superman.
It's too much.
Yeah. I forgot they put Doomsday in Batman v Superman.
He wanted to just go big right off the bat, and I get it.
Which I think Doomsday wasn't even supposed to be in the movies yet. He was like, I think he's like
he's the big bad. Yeah, he's the big bad.
So they just put him in the movie.
Yeah,
because I think the Snyder Cut of Justice League has the black Superman outfit.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He put the picture. It's like Henry Cavill wearing the black Superman outfit.
Yeah, like he had ideas.
And there's a whole war scene. There's a whole like.
It's a whole different movie. It's a whole different movie, and it's a shame, and I always say this. If
But
they
Man
had,
of Steel wasn't very good either.
it wasn't. But if they had taken their time, right? Because I like Henry Cavill as Superman. I liked Ben Affleck as Batman. We liked Wonder Woman. We liked Aquaman. If they had actually just taken their time, if Justice League never happened, maybe there was a Man of Steel 2 to lead up to a Batman movie. Imagine if they actually took their time. By now, they would be getting into a Justice League movie. And who knows where they would be, because Endgame is done. Marvel's going
And they're still trying to
declining.
do that Flash.
Yeah, Flash is. I don't know what's happening there.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Film and Everything Podcast.